Hi, and welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley, and I'm joined today by Commissioner Martha Santiago. Commissioner, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to be able to be here and share wonderful things with our community. So thank you.
So we're going to talk about opioid abatement today and opioid abatement funding. Before we get into that, can you give me a little bit of an overview of what opioid abatement funding is?
Well, absolutely. Opioid is a national issue, and of course, we've had many overdoses caused by opioid. In fact, it is known that nationally, 75% of the overdose that have occurred because of opioid. And in Florida, and specifically in Polk County, out of 95 overdoses, 41 of those came from overdose of opioid. So it's a national problem that I'm glad that it's having some wonderful attention and probably some great solutions coming forward.
And this is probably a very simple question, but what are opioids?
Opioids, common word for opioids as we know them are painkillers that were given to patients, rightly so, given to patients because they suffered pain or they had surgery, accident, whatever the medical reason that it was, the doctors at that particular point decided to give some kind of painkiller. What happened, though, in the 1990s is that these prescriptions were given out way too much, so people became addicted to it. So it took a while, but legally they started to look at what the cause of opiate was doing, and what they decided to do was to take legal actions against these companies that were manufacturing and distributing the opioids, and then the doctors freely give it out. What really happened was when the medication was not available, when the opioids were not available, people then started looking for alternatives, and that took them to synthetic opioids, which, as we know them, it's fentanyl, and that really caused the problem. So 2018, Florida took legal actions. 2022, Florida received $3 billion to help with the opioid situation, and Polk County will receive $30 million. We received $6 million already, and the rest of it will come within the next 18 years. And this money is going to be utilized to help people overcome their drug addiction or overcome education, things like that will help the people know what opioid is and to give them some solutions.
So Polk County is going to receive about $30 million from that 2022 settlement with pharmaceutical companies. Have opioids been a big issue in Polk County? Well,
we've definitely had, of course, like I said, 41 of 95 people in Polk County have died of an overdose from opioids. So it is a problem here, and nationally it is a problem. And we want to make sure that we're available. We have available resources to help our people, especially in the younger generations, to help our people stay away from opioid. If they're addicted to it, how do we get them out of that situation? So yeah, Polk County is definite. We're not an exception in this matter. That's why we're receiving the $30 million to help us with this.
So my understanding is to make sure that the $30 million is used effectively, the county's been working to develop an opioid abatement plan. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that is?
We definitely, $30 million is a lot of money, and even though it's going to be in increments over the next 18 years, we want to make sure we have a plan that helps the people, or that would help us direct us in which way is the best way to serve the people that are either afflicted by it or overcoming it. And the indigent healthcare group, which consists of healthcare providers and also consists of citizens in Polk County, are coming together to look at which ways to best meet, or which ways to best use this money that we're getting to meet the needs of the citizen. So strategies, programs, initiatives will be forthcoming funding from this group to be able to help us use that money wisely.
And is that effort spearheaded by Polk County's indigent health care program?
And also Polk Vision is coming into the effect to bring people together, because we don't have, the county people don't have all the answers. We need to bring everybody together so that we can make the best plan that we possibly can. Healthcare providers are very essential in this area so that they can help us with this.
So I'm guessing that a bunch of experts were brought together to try to put together the plan. And will it at some point be presented to the commissioners?
The commissioners will have the final say in the plan. So the plan will be presented to us. We'll have a presentation. Well, we'll have an opportunity to ask questions, to dig deeper into what is being done for Polk County. And then that way we either approve it or not, or we say we would like to see these revisions or these changes. Because we want to make sure that whatever we produce, this plan that we produce, that it is a plan that really serves the needs of our people.
And we've talked about this a little bit throughout the conversation, but can you give me an overview of who these dollars will help?
It'll help residents, definitely the people in Polk County, and it would also help, like I said, agencies that are dealing with people that have opioid problems or drug addiction problems. It will help them to create programs and initiatives that will help serve these people. So, I'm looking forward to see what the plans, the strategies that they come up with, the initiatives that they come up with, even the programs they come up with to make sure that it's specialized enough to help the people that need it the most. And it also will help families that are going through these, behavioral, it could deal with behavioral issues, not only physical, but behavioral issues also. How to overcome an addiction is very, very important.
Is it still a pervasive issue?
It will continue to be as long as the people can, they want the painkillers. And I understand when you're in pain, you want to be free of the pain.
Yeah.
And if once the doctors, the medication runs out, that the doctor thinks this is as much time as you can take this painkiller, hopefully by that time the people have recovered enough that they won't need it. But if, let's face it, fentanyl is, as we know, is very deadly, and people will resort to that. And we just want to make sure that they understand and they comprehend the danger that they're facing when they take the opioids.
It seems like it can start out so innocently, and obviously it becomes a big issue. I know after surgery that I was on a painkiller for just a couple days, but the 2 days of getting off of it were miserable. I can see how it happens to people. So I think it's great that Polk County is kind of at the forefront of this effort and looking out for the county's residents.
I think, and this is not my area of expertise by any means, but I am very, very excited to know that we will be receiving this money so that we can help, the people, because psychologically, getting off those kind of medications, you need the help. You need the help, like you said. Once you start reducing the amount and get to the point where you don't need it, your pain is still there. Yeah. So how do you cope with that? And I'm hoping that the strategies or initiatives that are created will help in this area, will help the people that most need it in this area. So.
It sounds like a great plan. I appreciate you taking the time to join me today.
I'm excited about it. I hate the fact that why we're getting the money and how it was created. I wish we didn't have this problem, but if we do, and it's been recognized and the legal actions have taken place, that we use the money wisely, carefully. And I think between the indigent health care group and Polk Vision, the citizens, the healthcare providers, I think all of us coming together to look at what we can do will help solve this problem.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining me, Commissioner.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate it as always.
Sure.
That's it for this episode of the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like our social media.